The former Emmerdale star, who has sprained wrists and internal bruising after the car she was driving crashed into a concrete wall in North Yorkshire last Wednesday, told ITV's Good Morning Britain, "It's something you never expect to happen to you and it's just a bit of a blur still, to be honest." Pallett was taken by helicopter to Hull Rural Infirmary after firemen spent 2 hours cutting her from the wreckage of the vehicle. "I'm so dosed up on painkillers, I'm almost grateful to be this numb." She said she was in the car for a day of filming a promotional video for her breakfast show on Minster FM, and quickly realized it was more powerful than me. The 36-year-old said, "When I was revving to drive I didn't expect it to be so quick, and I just lost control. I couldn't brake and I couldn't turn it around the corner and I could just see that I was about to hit and then was when I lost. I just blacked out." There are people walking around with injuries and disabilities that are invisible to the eye, and I think everyone needs to remember that. Roxanne Pallett, she said the moment she woke up after losing consciousness for around 30 seconds, she couldn't feel my legs in my head and my neck and that she had never felt pain like it. She also said she has had some unkind messages that were lacking in compassion from people within the stock car racing community. Pallett praised the team at the Hummingbee Raceway for making sure she was wearing the correct protective gear. She said, "They were almost disappointed that I had been airlifted and only come out with internal bruising and sprained wrists, and I've got to point out that sometimes injuries can be invisible. I mean, my head doesn't feel right, I can barely stretch my ribs and my back, they're so sore." There are people walking around with injuries and disabilities that are invisible to the eye, and I think everyone needs to remember that. She said it was like time stood still after the crash and while still stuck in the wreckage. "I remember waking up and hearing my own breath. I was so out of breath and I could feel my heart racing," she said. "Then I could hear voices, and I must have had my eyes closed. I just kept drifting in and out of consciousness. They were talking to me, they got my boyfriend Lee on the phone to me. I still had the helmet on, had this numb blocked up feeling in my head like there was water in my head. Like my brain had rattled and I couldn't really hear much. I couldn't feel much either," she said. But Ben Ferry, my co-host, was relaying messages from Lee to try to keep me awake. "I was just trying to fight the tiredness, I just wanted to go to sleep." Pallett, who is best known for starring as Jo Sugden in Emmerdale from 2005 until 2008, revealed that she was back behind the wheel of her own car on Sunday with her partner. "I've learned from previous experiences if you don't get back out there after something goes wrong, it's even harder the longer you leave it," she said.